Hello, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in tonight. We were fed well today. We first just got done with the Big Brother Canada 8 premiere, and then we got Winners at War, which we're not going to get into, but a great episode of both shows. I would say so. What about you, Mark?
We were fed tonight.
We really were. We were full after
fed
tonight. And we're getting leftovers tomorrow because tomorrow is the fallout of the premiere, and we're going to find out finally who gets evicted. But hello, everyone. This is Icon Recaps, where icons listen to icons. And tonight we are dissecting the BBCAN 8 premiere, highly anticipated. That's all I've been thinking about recently. I'm just super excited to see how this cast plays. And in the preseason draft, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this cast. I don't know. Sometimes, it's just not hitting it for me. I take away everything I said. I got served tonight. People that I thought I really didn't like or wouldn't like going into the season, I ended up really liking, and vice versa. So, Mark,
Really?
What are your initial thoughts?
I don't know. I think my preseason feelings and thoughts of the housecast were the same going into the episode or after the episode. I don't know.
I guess I'm being a tad dramatic, shocker there, but there was mainly one person who I went in already kind of not liking, and they really turned it around, and we'll get into that later.
Oh.
I don't know. Because it's kind of it's in the middle, so I'll give the viewers a little bait so they stay for a while. But okay, so I guess we're just gonna go. Okay, first of all, shout out to at BBCAN8 live feeds. They on Twitter, they tweeted scene by scene each little segment of the episode, which is going to literally save my life right now because I was just live tweeting the whole time, and if I read my tweets, they are not very beneficial for strategic purpose or anything like that, because all I was doing was Queen Minley, Queen. So that's where that is. But no, I'm so excited to jump into this episode. Okay,
Me too.
Let's just jump right in. So
can I start off by saying something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I love BBCAN, but I feel like their premieres aren't as good as BBUS is. I mean, Big Brother US has that 2-hour time frame that they do for the first episode where you kind of get to meet everyone. But with BBCAN, they spend the first 40 minutes
introducing everyone and stuff.
Through introduction, yeah. And then 20 minutes with the competition. You don't really get to meet anyone except for the people competing in that competition. So, I don't know. You don't really get to meet anyone.
Yeah, and the thing is, I really felt like I got to meet a lot of people tonight. I mean, obviously we already knew who the cast was, but I really thought that they used their hour to probably the best they could have. I mean, I was entertained the whole time. And what I like about this twist that we'll get into in a little bit is that it's not like a night one eviction. And I hate night one evictions. Mark, I don't know how you feel about night one evictions, but I just think it's so cruel to evict someone night one, get them out of the house after they went through the whole casting process and sequester and all that. But this whole eviction process is happening over a week's time. So, excuse the dog barking in the background. This eviction process is happening over a week's time. So I feel so much better about this twist. Okay, we'll get into it. Let's just talk about really quick. Okay. It starts off, Big Brother Canada starts off. This is something I think Big Brother Canada does a lot better than the United States. They sell their theme in the first 5-10 minutes. They really involve in it, whereas in regular Big Brother, they just walk through the house. Julie Chen is microphones watch every move, and head turn, 16 house guests. It's same thing every year. This in Big Brother Canada, they have a whole almost action-filled trailer. And I've kind of vocally been on Twitter not too excited about this theme. I really wish they wouldn't have gone the comic book route. I almost was kind of hoping just for a hero villain, almost the Heaven Hell theme, where one was a dark, deep place.
Oh, I did not like that theme.
You didn't?
No.
Well, I really like that. And I didn't like the comic book route. What do you think about just this theme overall, Mark?
Um, I don't know. I don't really care for the theme that much. Like my favorite theme that they've done was the BBCAN Grand, where they had like the Vegas casino
Mm.
theme. I really liked that, but I don't really care for theme that much. I mean, it's kind of relevant for the first week or whatever, but then after that, it kind of just whatever. But let me say that house is beautiful, beautiful.
Really?
I was a
I'm
really big fan of it, except for like I know they gotta get their money, so they have that first choice haircutter's mirror right in the center of the bathroom. Did you notice?
I'm sorry. Sorry, my mom texted me. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. They have like that first choice haircutter's mirror right in the bathroom. Did you notice that? A
No, what?
little bit of an eyesore. It's like one of the sponsored companies. But they gotta get their money anyways. But I just thought it was a little bit,
I did see that they were Expedia has sponsored them this season.
yeah, the whole, you know,
It was like a lounge room. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cute.
yeah.
But
I wonder what that's gonna do. I think before you get evicted, you get to do something.
maybe I don't know. They always like to have like a secret room. I think more so than like Big Brother. Like last season they had like the secret
Yeah,
agent room. In season 6, did they have like a special room?
season 6. I
Uh
don't know.
I can't remember. But I don't know. I liked it. So let's jump in. So first of all, the first 6 house guests enter, and that is Kyle, Chris, Angie, Brooke, and Sheldon. And wait, I thought Min Lee goes in.
No, I think she was in the second batch.
No, this they definitely have it wrong. It was definitely, was it not?
No, I think Minley was in the second batch.
Okay, I guess not.
Sorry, let me check.
Okay, we really should have been prepared.
Oh
No,
yeah, she was in the first
she was in the
batch.
first. Okay, well they have this wrong. Um, so I don't know. This podcast is gonna be a mess if they already got the first thing wrong. But okay, so Minley comes in. No, I remember because she comes in, and this is when I start to like. I already liked her from the preseason. You can immediately sense that she's just like blunt, outspoken. She
Yeah,
doesn't really care, and she goes in and talks about, ooh, drinks. She's like so ready to get the drinks in her hand. And I was just like living for this every moment. Everyone else kind of fell behind. Like, I really think Min Lee stole the show for pretty much the whole episode.
yeah.
What do you think?
I love Minley. I think she's gonna have a really tough time trying to socialize with everyone because from what
Hmm.
it seemed, she was a little bit awkward, a little bit forward with everyone else. I mean, everyone else kind of got along, but she was kind of a
She
little
was
bit awkward in
she
the
was like
conversation.
purposefully like going against the grain for no reason,
Yeah,
but I
she.
loved it.
Yeah, I love her though. She gives me Kemi vibes.
Right, same. Okay, so so now after that, the first 6 are in, and they're all just like walking around the house and getting to know each other.
Laura, sorry, Angie, Queen. I love the way she strutted into that stage.
Yeah, she was being iconic. She didn't really get a lot of like screen time, but I did like the moment where she was talking to Vanessa, which I can't wait to talk about Vanessa. But Vanessa and her were talking. She was like, "I never met someone from Winnipeg," and I'm like, "Isn't that like a big ass part of Canada? Is Winnipeg
Winnipeg,
big?"
well, PEI is small. Winnipeg's like not too big either.
Oh shit. Okay, well me and Mark have discussed that like Canadians don't I mean Canadians know like everything about the United States, whereas Americans know nothing about Canada. We're
Yeah.
taught literally nothing growing up. So like I think it's so funny that like Mark can name like all of our states and we have like 50 and I don't even know how many provinces are in Canada.
Oh, Providence, dude.
Providence, whatever they're called. I literally
Oh
like
my.
we aren't taught that kind of stuff.
Oh my. Maybe you should educate yourself before you
Maybe
start
I
watching a
should. No, but
Canadian program.
Canadian program. Wait, where's the BB Can Grand? Not BB Can Grand. What is this called? The BB Can comic book house this
It's
year.
volume 8.
Where's volume 8?
Like, you know how comic books are like volume
Oh,
4?
is that what they're going for?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Now I get it. But like, where in Canada is the Big Brother house?
It's in Toronto, like where I live.
Okay, Toronto.
Toronto was
Fabulous.
the
I think
biggest thing.
Toronto's my favorite. It just sounds better.
So now we
Okay.
judging people based off of their names. We judging cities by their names. Okay.
Okay, so we come in nothing super crazy. Next five to enter are Michael, Carol, Madeline, and Suzanne. Michael talks about being in the military. Carol talks about being loud and loyal. Madeline, I'm not exactly sure how to say it yet, but we'll get there. Really quick about the whole editing. They are really trying to push this showmance, and they have not even met each other yet.
Yeah.
Between Michael and Madeline, like, girl, let them get in the house first. Like, they were literally making the dramatic music, and they haven't even like seen each other yet.
Yeah, and they're trying to push for Madeline to look dumb.
I got that too, and I thought she was very intelligent in her interview.
I
And
love Madeline.
yeah, I like Madeline too, and I really felt like the editing did her such a disservice. They kind of made her come off like really ditzy,
Yeah.
but I didn't think she was ditzy at all.
She gives me like major Haley vibes.
Haley,
Yeah.
interesting.
Because I don't know. I just get really good at Haley
I don't
vibes
know if
from
I
her,
get
and I really
Haley
hope.
vibes, but I don't know if I can like really compare her to anyone. I just like I think she's going to get in a showmance, possibly with Michael. I said that on the draft, but like it just seems like really forced, and I'm kind of just like not here for
Yeah,
it.
they did that with Jess and Cody.
They really did. Okay, so next. Uh okay, so they are hugging. Michael and Madeline discover they are both named with the letter M, which I was like, okay. Uh
Minnie is too. Like,
Manly is heard saying, "Will I be a villain if I take another drink?" This is like
Queen.
what I love about her. Like,
Minley's
just
my favorite right
she's
now.
already like just a little like she's the kind of person that, like, she's not trying to be funny. Because I don't really think she was trying to be funny when she said that, but like it gave me life. And she's like, "Will I be the villain if I take another drink?" And I literally lost my shit watching. Okay. Okay. Next, we had the last group of house guests. Hira. I guess they're calling them Hira. I mean, I thought his name was Hira, but
Uh,
I guess we're saying Hira.
where'd you get that from?
Hira. That's how he pronounced it in his
Oh,
interview. So, but they said Hira on the show, so I guess he's gonna go as Hira. Not really sure. Hira, Vanessa, Nico, John Luke, and Rianne. Riri. She called herself Riri. So I think I'm gonna start calling her Riri as well.
I liked Rianne.
Rianne. Is that not her name? I don't even know her name
It's
really.
Rianne.
Rianne. I feel like the I is misplaced.
Yeah, they spelt it wrong here.
Oh, okay. That was like
Yeah,
rain.
yeah.
Okay. So
What made me laugh about Rianne? She's like, they inserted that clip. Who's ready to save some lives?
I didn't even notice that. That was probably when I was texting Queen wanting a villain drink, Queen about Minley. Okay, so Nika says he thinks everyone will hate him. Rianne wants an all girls alliance, which, girl, Rianne, yes, please. After last season, would love to see it.
Go for it.
Okay. Minley tells Vanessa she looks physical and asks Vanessa what she does for a living. Vanessa tells her fisherman. And then this Millie goes, "I can tell." Like, why do I feel like that was shade?
Maybe she smelled fishy or kidding.
She said lobster. It was like, what were you? Lobster fisherman. I can tell.
Oh, I'm just
Like,
glad she's here for another week. Like,
that
oh,
was a whole drag. Like, but she didn't even catch on. And then like there was a scene like right after that, and then Vanessa was like, let me see in my notes. Vanessa tells her fisherman and says, "What do you do? Seduce people?" I was like, "Oh my god!" And then, so yeah.
They're gonna fight this season, I'm telling you.
No, I think they're gonna work together. Really seemed like in the episode when they were up in the bathroom, like Vanessa was like on Minley's side and was like, "Girl, like I like you, like you need to like win this."
Yeah. Oh, true. You're right. And Rianne was there too.
Rhiannon and Brooke, it was a
Yeah.
very female. This episode was very girl power.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, we would love to see it,
I would
but
like to see it.
so Minley and Jamar. Now this is where some tea comes out. Minley and Jamar are chatting in the storage room. She says Ika Wong is her favorite, and they'd be girls, but they would also butt heads too. Then she starts talking about like I don't take shit from nobody. Like I'm not like that. I'm not fake. Da 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 da. And Jamar's like yeah. Like me neither. And she was like I got a temper. And Jamar said something like I don't even know what he said, but he was walking off and was like, "What do you mean you got a temper?" She's like, "I ain't gonna tell you." She's
This
just
girl's gonna get expelled.
right. She's like, "Give me Shima." I can
She's
feel
gonna
it.
get
Shima
expelled. This
vibes.
girl's freaking a firecracker.
No, she's so entertaining. Like every time she talks, I'm just like, "Oh my god,
Me
yes,
too.
more, please, more." So okay, next. So the house is going along the room, introducing themselves. Michael lies about his job. Now, what yoga company? Like, I don't get that vibe from him at all. I know that he said, what is his actual job? I know that he didn't want to talk about the military, but does he have a job outside of the military?
I don't know, but I don't know why he would lie about that. I think saying that you're in the military would help you because I know that, people who are in the military in the US are very looked up to and very,
Like
well
praised.
respected. And same goes here. We
Mm-hmm.
respect our veterans. Thank you for your service. If any of them are watching, like I truly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if there was a veteran in the house that I'm in, I'm gonna try and work with them because I'm gonna be like, thanks for your service. I don't want to vote you out first. I mean, you're representing Canada. I don't know. I think he would be totally
That's
fine
such a
if he just was
mismark,
straight up.
especially like looking. I guess it's to like um distract people from his physical
Yeah,
appearance. But what's more like scary because you can't change it's not like saying that you're a yoga instructor is going to change your physical appearance.
exactly. Saying a yoga instructor is also a physical job.
I mean, military yoga, I mean, it's up
They're
for
both
debate, but
endurance-based careers. So,
okay, well my
I
thing
mean,
is
he
what
might
I'm
have the
saying
brawn,
is
but he doesn't have the brains.
you're going to have your body, you're going to have your muscles no matter what. So
Yeah,
why lie about it? I feel like you gain so much respect from your house guests if you say that you serve your country because that's just a naturally respectable thing.
exactly.
And I feel like there's a lot of like stereotypes that come with people that work in the military. Like you typically think, oh, they're like loyal, they're it's just like nothing really bad. So I
Yeah,
don't understand it.
yeah.
But to each their own, I guess. I digress, but
Like if you're gonna lie about, say you're a bartender or a server, not a yoga instructor.
yeah, and that's another thing. How much does he know about yoga? I mean, maybe he's like queen of yoga. I don't know, but
Minley also said that she's into yoga, so if Minley and him are doing yoga and he doesn't know his stuff, she's gonna suspect something.
she's gonna obliterate.
He's gonna be like, "What's this called?" And she's like, "You're a yoga instructor?" And then she's gonna smuggle a phone into the house and look him up. Mm-hmm.
Production, please. She's gonna go obliterate.
Controversy queen.
Okay, so now it's time for the twist of the season. Now let's talk about this twist because Mark acted like he wasn't a huge fan of it.
Mm.
I didn't mind it. I mean, you have to just expect in modern seasons of Big Brother, there's gonna be like a night one twist, like every freaking season. It seems
It's
like nowadays,
annoying.
huh?
It's annoying. Like, play the game normally.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like this twist really allowed like it didn't divide a house so quickly. Which I'm not saying like divided houses aren't fun, but usually the division is like 10-3 or something like that, you know. It's not
Yeah.
like a half split. So I really felt like this is going to, because I mean, I really can't wait to see how this vote plays out, because when there's not like an HOH all week, people usually, when someone is HOH, they usually go up, kiss ass, promise the world, and then do accordingly,
Yeah.
typically. And we don't have that this season. So I really feel like this first vote is going to be really undetermined, or not really set in stone. I feel like people are going to have freedom to do whatever they feel like. And if that sets the tone for the season, then that could set the tone for a pretty good, like, fluid game moving forward.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So,
I agree with that because the first HOH kind of sets the tone, but there's not one.
yes, I mean, like, if you look at last season, the first HOH got out. I don't even remember who won the first HOH last season. But they got out Laura. I remember that. Was it?
Oh, it was Thing, Adam.
Okay, yes, Adam. So obviously, Adam set the tone for the season. Freaking Pretty Boys run the game. Uh,
BB21 Mickey won like the camp director.
and then Christy won the first HOH, and her side ran the game. Like, it gets very like predictable. I
That's a
really
good
do.
point, actually. I have to agree with you on
And
that.
then, whereas someone like Big Brother Canada 5, Karen wins HOH.
Mm-hmm.
Karen sets the tone for the season, and look how much better of a season it was, because she wasn't afraid to put up two threats. And I just
You're
feel like
right.
this allows so much fluidity and really helps out like the Minley type of people, really helps out the people who typically aren't going to fit in.
Yeah,
Did I just flip Mark's opinion?
you did.
Look at me go.
I
Okay.
never even thought of that.
I mean, it's just like, I'm so tired of like week one. I know it's going, like, if you look at Survivor, I mean, I know like it's different shows, but First Boot is same thing. It's just setting a tone for the season. Who's always the easy vote? I mean, we hate
The
to say
older
it,
people.
but it's like either older people, specifically women of color, typically are the
Mm-hmm.
first boot. It's just
Yeah.
easy stuff to do, and same thing applies in Big Brother. So, I mean, I'm here for it. I really like this twist. And I was telling Mark, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was talking to him before the podcast started. And I was like, I really like the fact that this isn't a night one thing. Like, these competitions and this vote is going to happen over a week. So it's not like all this is happening in 24 hours. This is going to be a real week of the game. So people are going to have time to campaign and make alliances, and they're doing all the same stuff, just without this power upstairs saying, do this, I kept you safe, Mark, you better not go back on me, you
Yeah.
know. So they don't have a pressure of a house mentality, because there really isn't one yet.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe if they, maybe Minley will get a power. I doubt it. I think she's just going to be safe for the week, but maybe will kind of flock to her because she can win a competition.
I don't think
I'd like
so.
to see it.
I mean, I would love to see it, but I
I would
really
love
don't
to
think
see her
so.
running the house.
Really running the house already,
We need
ice
an
queen.
entertaining person running the house. I'm sick of these bland people running the house. Like, serve us with something. Minley will serve us. I'm telling you.
I hope so. I really do think though that first of all, I don't really think at least for this first week that she's gonna be running anything, because you got to keep in mind that these people were like voted least likable or
Yeah.
whatever by Canada, which I thought that on the podcast before we all vowed to make sure Minley got votes.
Right? I was thinking that. I was like, there's no way that someone like John Luke got more votes than Minley.
I know. I didn't
Or
understand that.
or Rianne. I like Rianne. How did she get more votes than Minley? Who's voting her? Like, I'm sorry, she's so
Shay.
middle of the pack. I don't understand how she could be anyone's favorite.
I mean, I liked Rihanna a lot.
But is she your favorite?
I mean, she's not my favorite. I definitely liked
Exactly. You're
Minley
voting for your
more.
favorite, and Minley was a lot of people's favorites.
No, I know that. I just think, I really think that Canada, I think if the voting was open to all, because I couldn't vote. So real true super fans that live in like the United States can't vote. And I do think a lot of like Stan Twitter is standing Minley right now. And had we been able to vote over here in America, I don't think that Minley would have been in danger. Not that it ultimately matters, because she bodied the competition. But I do think that Canadians tend to dislike the villainous characters
Yeah.
more so than, I mean, I know you hate season 6, but the Angels got in, you
The
know,
what?
the Marin and what's her
Oh
name?
yeah, the Angels did get in. You're right.
So like, and basically that was just them playing a role. They were like, okay, you're gonna be the devil, so play devil, whatever. And they play up the devil role, and then they don't get voted in. So Veronica, that was her name.
Yeah. I don't know. Something fishy's going on there. Like, BB, I love you, but how did Minley get bottom? I like something fishy's going on there. Who's voting Rihanna?
Looks like me and production need to have a little bit of a talk.
I cannot name one person who would vote Rihanna. Unless she
Um,
got a bunch of bots voting for her.
maybe.
Like, how the hell did Min Lee? Like, over any other girl.
True. I
That's
mean,
fishy.
I can see some of the girls, but no, I do think that Minley got robbed of the vote. But listen, like I said, it doesn't matter because we get into this first competition and it's like this battle fight for. Oh my god, my dog is literally like about to push over my light. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh my god, it literally almost fell. Okay, sorry. Um, this competition, so it's based on body weight, which Mark, you have a problem.
I'm sorry, but like, if you have to put proportions into a competition, don't do it.
Do you think that it gives the women an advantage?
I think it does because they were lighter people, right?
Uh huh.
Even if you have muscles and you're like one of the men who is really strong, you still have to carry a lot more of a load, which I don't know how strength works or
Well,
what the proportions were,
I,
but
I I agree. I don't think weight proportions make it fair because I mean I'm a big girl, so if
me
I were
too.
to go out there and pull my portion, like that, my weight isn't freaking muscles, so I'm not gonna be able to like last at all.
Yeah.
So I do think that the women have an advantage, but we turn a blind eye when it benefits Minley.
We turn a blind eye. We're like, I think it was a subtle way of BB being like, okay, we care about women. I
Yeah,
think
we're
it was
like
very
after
subtle,
last
but
season.
I see it. I'm very analytical when it comes to competitions because I hate rigged competitions, and I'm very 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 good at noticing it. I see a lot of fishy stuff going on sometimes, but we'll turn a blind eye to this for now.
For now, it's approved. We love to see it every
If
HOH.
if Finley becomes problematic or whatever, maybe we'll come back to that issue because the trajectory of the season might have changed. But for now, we'll turn a blind eye to
We
it.
will turn a blind eye. In fact, we love to just make it this competition every HOH this competition, just with different props that they have to hold up.
Here for
We
that.
we would love to see it.
I'd love to see
Every
it.
veto too. Um, okay, so ultimately, okay, I went into this premiere. I didn't love Nico. I didn't hate Nico. I was open minded. Now, after watching this premiere with the edit that was given, which we all know edits can be misleading, so I may watch the feeds tomorrow night and love him. But when he was talking about his biggest competition being the only other man, I was like,
That's meninist.
that really was meninist. And I was like, first of all, how dare you? Because the girls,
Millie and Suzanne kicked his butt. So why are you
right.
talking?
And then on his way out of the competition, he said something on the lines like, oh, that's completely embarrassing or something like that. And I think he was inferring that he got beat by two women.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll try and find the exact quote, but he was not a fan of going out, which I mean, maybe that's being misinterpreted. I mean, he could have just said it out of frustration and it had nothing to do with women, just embarrassing that he's in the position that he is this early on in the game. But I really did not love that from him. And I know a lot of people on Twitter were not loving it from him. So I don't know. His stand card is currently in my pocket. I may pull it out eventually, but for now, I'm keeping it close.
The only person I stand is Minley. Let's set the record straight. Like, she's the only person I stand. I don't stand people too easily, but Minley really proved herself today.
Really? No, I mean, Minley's my favorite, and I love her. Do I think that she necessarily has the chops to make it to final two and win? Um, we
Yeah,
would love to see it.
very persistent. She seems like the person who gets what she wants.
I mean, yeah, I do think I see her as like I could never see her as like a worker. She definitely has to be the manager.
Yeah, and I love that. That's very Aika-esque.
Yeah, it very is. She's like a mix of like Aika, Kemi,
Cassandra.
Cindy, um,
Cassandra.
Cassandra. We just love to
The
see it.
fusion of all of like the
Iconic
BBCAN
women.
female legends.
Yeah. If she makes it far, I definitely think she could go down as a legend.
Oh yeah, because she can win those competitions. She's proved herself today.
Yeah. And now, does everyone, I guess everyone competes in the first HOH of the season, right?
Yeah, I think she'll be able to participate, I
All
think.
right. Yeah. So, okay. So let's get into, because we're kind of already like, basically like that end of the episode. She won and she was here for it. And then moving on. Let's talk about who we think is going to win this mental competition because they're breaking it up one physical, one mental, and then the last two remaining are going to face the house vote. Who do we think out of the three could win a mental competition?
Um, I think they're all quite equipped to win.
Really? I don't know why, but I'm really getting Chris vibes. I don't
He's like the
know.
mental
Yeah, just like what
manipulate.
was shown. He was like hypnotizing and like I just feel like he would study the brain.
I think that's very fraudulent though.
Yeah.
He
There's a
didn't give me
video
like big brain energy.
there's a video that surfaced and he's basically like a con artist and makes people believe okay, well this is like speculation. I think he claims to like help people cure anxiety with like his hypnotizing and basically gets people to pay him money to like cure them of like things that doctors aren't helping with basically. And he uses like remedies and like hypnotizing and all this kind of stuff and those videos like resurfaced on YouTube. So a lot of people are calling him like a con artist who like scams people of money.
Mm.
I
But does
mean,
that mean you're good at puzzles?
does mental mean puzzle? I think mental could mean like a lot of things like
But
memorization. I don't know.
he was the first person to fall. I mean, that competition was mind over matter, so
Was it though?
kind of.
I mean, we turn a blind eye to that competition anyways. Um so one thing that I want to do is I was thinking it'd be a really cool segment if we go into okay, so we're getting live feeds starting tomorrow night. And I got a new computer, so I need to download this the BB Viewer app or whatever on my computer so I can watch the live feeds. But I'll do that after this.
I can
So
watch it on my computer.
jealous. But Mark, I want to do this thing where we say, okay, so by the way, for those wondering, I'm thinking I'm gonna do one podcast a week for sure on Wednesday, and I might throw in a second one. Excuse me. I might throw in a second one throughout the week, depending on like if it's a good week, what's going on, and I don't know if I would have a guest. I kind of want to do a podcast tomorrow night though, covering the eviction. But anyway, for sure, a podcast on Wednesday. Well, I guess it'd be recorded on Wednesday, so I guess it would probably go up tomorrow morning. I'm not. Listen, we're new here. We're learning out the kinks and stuff. But I want to do a segment like at the end where me and the guest sit down and talk about who we think the three safest people going into the next week. So when I say next week, I'm not talking
Hmm.
about tomorrow. I'm saying a week from tomorrow when we have the like technically the second live vote. Who do you think is and safe from that no matter what? Who do you think is not on the block in danger whatsoever? And then the three people in danger. So let's go through.
I'm gonna just pull up the cast real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the cast right now. I'm
I
going
have
to
one in my mind right now. Two.
I guess let's go for in danger. Who do you think is the third? Like if one is 100% going home in your opinion. Two is like in danger, and three is like, they could be in danger. Who is your third?
Minley's in trouble.
Okay. So is that going to be your third? Or
I don't know how I would order them.
I guess we don't really have to order them. We can just say the three. So I personally think Min Lee is in trouble. I just think her stay in the house is going to be an uphill battle just
Yeah.
because she's so, and I mean, I would gravitate towards this if I was not in the house. She's very powerful, can kind of be off putting. She's already kind of voiced her opinion when it's not really been asked for. Like, for example, with Jamar, like, she was very direct and then kind of sassy. And that just, some people can't tolerate that. So I definitely think she could be in trouble for sure. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'm going to go with, I think Suzanne could also be in trouble just because she is kind of that typical. I feel like she could easily be a house consensus if they want to do something easy.
Yeah.
She talks a lot. I mean, we knew that before this, so that was not editing. That was literally her. And I definitely think she could be annoying to some people. So I think she's in trouble. Now, who you thinking for number two?
Um, I think John Luke could be in trouble.
Really?
I don't know. He kind of like is a little bit awkward.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of going to go out on a limb and say that I think ideally, like, whoever does, I don't know, the bottom four, one of them is obviously going to leave. So
Yeah.
I think the remainder of whatever four is left, so Min Lee and Chris, Suzanne, and Nico, whichever one goes will obviously be out of the house. Whatever stays, whatever combination of that stays, I think are going to be easy targets going into the
Yeah.
next week because Canada didn't vote them in, so
They're
that's
just gonna be like, oh, Canada doesn't like them. Like they won't hate me if I vote them or nominate them.
right. And then I don't know. It just seems like an easy thing to do, which I
Yeah.
really hope it's not like an easy week. So for kind of like a random target that I want to throw out, I'm gonna say, um, I'm gonna say Angie's gonna be in trouble.
Why?
I don't know. I just threw out like a random. Actually, I take it back. I do think she did had a good
Better
episode.
take it back.
I'll throw Kyle. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking him too.
That's just kind
Jamar
of like my
might run
dark
his
horse
mouth.
answer. Like maybe I don't know.
That
That's like
might
a
be in
shot in the
trouble.
dark.
Jamar's gonna be in trouble, I think.
Who?
Jamar.
Yeah, I was contemplating between him
People are gonna be
too.
annoyed by the way he talks.
Yeah, they were already kind of mocking him, and everyone's talking about you feel me, you feel me, you feel me on Twitter.
Yeah.
They think it's so funny, but
That's how people from Toronto talk, and people are gonna get annoyed by that. I
well,
mean, I love it. I think it's hilarious, but people are gonna be
I
annoyed by
could
that.
also see Carol maybe being in a little bit of trouble, maybe a pawn situation with her. Not so sure, but okay. Now let's talk about who we think is going to be safe going into this next week, and
Rianne.
really.
Rianne. She's gonna fly under the radar, I'm telling you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go Sheldon because
Yeah, he's
um
in a good spot too.
he seems to be liked by the house. I loved his preseason stuff from a game standpoint. I think he had it. He had pretty much everything on the nose. So I'm really enjoying his position right now in the game. And this is obviously just based off a little bit. I'm gonna throw out a
Madeline.
yeah. I could see Madeline being good too.
Madeline should be completely safe.
And I think Brooke, she
Brooke,
seemed like I saw her socializing. Also Vanessa, like those girls, they would like they supported Bindley, but they were obviously like fitting in well with the house. Um,
yeah, I definitely think the whole glasses act from Brooke is kind of a character building thing on production's end. They're trying to make her out to be a nerd. I don't really think that she's as nerdy as they are trying to make her to look.
She seems
I
very
think Brooke is definitely
personable.
very social and very.
Mm,
I think she's very. She has a good grasp on the game. I think Brooke should be fine this week.
yeah, I'm really feeling good vibes. She was my, I don't know if she's my winner pick, but she was my first draft pick.
I
And
think she should be good.
I love Brooke. So that is my hot takes, cold takes, anything in between. Mark, do you have any final sayings before we go ahead and end this?
Um, Stan Minley.
Indeed.
And
Um,
this season, I'm spelling her name Minleigh.
okay,
Just
so
carry on the Lee legacy. I did it to Kemi last season. I did Kemeigh. Like it's just my thing. I will be referring to Minley as Min Lay, like
okay, I feel
Haley.
like you have to explain. So, Mark, does this start with Haley and Bailey?
Yes.
Okay, so Big Brother 20. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about Big Brother Canada. So if you don't want to hear this, then leave. But Big Brother 20, Mark loved Haley and Bailey. I mean, as I did too. Don't get me wrong. And like they spell their name like Haleigh, So like the Lee part at the end. Ever since, Mark has been obsessed with the spelling of Lee like that. Like his favorite was like Kemi, but he didn't spell it like Kemi spelled it. He spelled it Kemeigh. And then I guess Min Lee is now Minleigh. So, and then he spells his own name Markeigh, Marky. Oh, I'm like, oh my god, Danny. I could be Daneigh.
It
Oh,
just carries so much power.
it really does. I think
Like if
like
Angie's iconic this season, we might have to add it to her name.
Angie.
And if like Suzanne is good, we can call her Susie.
uh, who else
It
can
just
we?
carries that much power. Bailey, legendary. Haley, legendary. So I'm like, okay, we have to add this to people's names to make them like. It just adds power
Oh
to
my
their
god,
name.
if we stand Michael, it could be Mikey.
No,
Mikey. Okay, I kind of like Michael.
he wasn't bad. Like he was the best of the alpha males, but like still
Oh my god, it could be Maddie Line.
doesn't work like that.
Maddie
We can
Line.
call her Maddie.
Maddie. Okay. Oh my god, Sheldon robbed. Jamar robbed. Vanessa robbed.
We're just keeping it at Minley for now.
Brookie. Like Brookie.
Okay, we can do that. This is my thing, so I dictate it.
Okay, you dictate it. It has to go through like the mark approval. But
Yeah, Minley. Minley works perfect.
but your Minley does look perfect. In fact, you should name your child like you know like how Lee is a popular middle name.
Yeah.
You should do Ali, like just not Leigh. It should just be Leigh.
Morgan Lee Willett. She's a
Anyways,
queen.
I suppose. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching. I know right now it's just gonna be on YouTube. I've looked into like putting it on like podcast apps elsewhere, but I don't know. I'm not really like sure if I want to invest that much into the podcast. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of like see how it goes. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Daniel Icon Brown, we can talk about like Canada. I live tweet every episode. And yes, Mark, what's your ats?
My at on TikTok is Snarky Marky. That's all that matters. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, Nick Uhas from BB15 was at the same convention that I was at, and I didn't know, and I could have met him, which is kind of sucky, but
Oh, bummer.
just thought I'd throw
I
that
mean,
in there.
he was like out like second, right?
Yeah, but it's cool to see like a Big Brother player succeed in the social media world.
True. He
He's definitely doing the best out of everyone.
Wait,
except maybe
what?
Frankie.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but Frankie kind of has given his platform. But that's tea for another day. I like Frankie. Unpopular opinion. uh, On Twitter, you're Snarky Marky, right? No, just Mark
Snarky with
E.
the EIGH.
There it goes. It ties into everything. Full circle.
It's my brand. You know what I mean? I think I'm like
You know what I
original with that.
mean? Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. Tomorrow I might be back, might not. You never know. But we're gonna have our
Ooh.
first eviction and super excited for Big Brother Canada 8. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much love.
See y'all.